Hi, I'm Lisa and it's Motivation Monday, and today I'm going to share with you the #1 secret for how you can reduce your calories and lose weight. So what's the #1 way to lose weight? It's controlling what you drink. It is controlling all of the liquids that go into your body. Now, I have an easy 3-step plan for you on how to reduce your calories through liquids. The thing I would recommend is cutting out all alcohol. Now, I know what you're gonna say, why would I do that? I actually don't drink alcohol, and I haven't drank it for about 15 years, and I used to drink it, and I can tell you there are 3 reasons why alcohol causes you to gain more weight. 1, you're just hungover, so if you were planning to go to the gym next morning, you're probably not, and even if you do make it to the gym, your workouts usually aren't as good as they could have been had you not drank the night before. The second thing is alcohol has calories, and it has lots of sugar. The reason I think sports drinks and diet drinks are bad for you is not just because of all the carcinogenic materials in them, but because the sugar substitutes actually give you a feeling of not being satisfied. So sugar is very satisfying. It gives you a full feeling, and after you've had a dessert, you feel like you've had a dessert and you're kind of full. Whereas when you have a sugar substitute, it gives you more of a feeling like you didn't really get something. You kind of got something, but not a lot. And that's why people tend to overeat and have extra calories when they have low-fat snacks. I mean, if you have anything low-fat in your kitchen, throw it away. Number 3, the biggest way you can help yourself with calories in terms of liquids is Starbucks. And I don't mean cut Starbucks out. There's nothing wrong with Starbucks or coffee shops or anything like that. I'm saying change what you order. So when you go to get let's just pick on Starbucks, a caramel macchiato, right? It has, I think, anywhere from 65 to 80 some grams of carbs in it because it has so much sugar in it. Now, I'm 5'4", and if I'm following the standard rule of 30% of my day is fat, 30% is protein, 40% is carbs, I can only have about 185 carbs for that day for my height and weight. Now, if I have 1 Starbucks caramel macchiato, that's almost half of my carb intakes for the day. And I've drank it, and it probably took me maybe 20 to 30 minutes. It didn't take very long. And I have a whole nother day, other few hours to go through where now I can't have as many carbs. And I want some carbs. I want a baked potato or something else or a piece of bread. And I can't have as many carbs now because I've drank all of my carbs. I've drank a lot of sugar. So a great substitute when you go to Starbucks, instead of getting anything that has milk in it, right? Because milk is a sugar, lattes or anything else, get tea. And I know what you're saying, tea is boring. Tea is lame, it doesn't taste as good, and I used to think that too. And in college, and I really owe it to all of my roommates, Megster, Jen, Catherine, they all introduced me to the love of tea. And so I'm gonna share with you today some really great teas that I think you should try out. Here in front of me is a lot of different teas. So the first one is the coffee bean and tea leaf. They actually have a vanilla Ceylon. It's empty. It comes in these little plastic containers. The reason tea comes in the plastic containers is to seal in the flavor. The tea leaves will dry out. So when you open these up, you'll notice these are nylon bags. I don't know if you can see that. Where it has the tea in there. So these are very fragrant. Now the nylon helps it so that when you drink the tea, you're not tasting the paper. So I grew up with Lipton tea, and that's possibly why I never really liked tea before. It comes in these paper packets like this. This one doesn't have a string in it, but the paper, and this one I believe is unbleached, but sometimes what happens is your drink will end up tasting like the paper. Over here is tea. This is a caramel tea. It's from my favorite place called Spice and Teas, and it is in New York. You can order it online as well. But this one is a caramel tea. It's a black-based tea. Now there's a couple different types of bases of tea. You can get a black tea, you can get a green tea, you can get a red tea, or you can get a white tea. And of course you can get flowery, fruity teas as well. So some of them don't have as much caffeine. Obviously the black teas have the most caffeine in them. Now, This is a vanilla hazelnut black. It is from Spice and Teas as well. So you'll notice these are 2 different sizes. If you are in New York, if you bring these tins back with you, they will actually give you, I believe, $1 off your order the next time you get it. There's another tea place called David's Tea that I discovered recently. It's a Canadian tea company. They have a lot of different stores all over Chicago, mostly is where I saw them last time I was there visiting. It is sort of set up like Tea Geschwender, if you're familiar with that. That is a European tea store, and there is nowhere to sit. There is no food served there. It is simply just a big wall of tea leaves in buckets. So when I say buckets, they're like tins, right? So that's the best place to keep tea so it doesn't absorb any of the odors from plastic or something like that. You can store tea in glass as well, but typically most people store it in tins. It's lighter and it's just easier to store it that way. So David's Tea has my favorite flavor, which is chocolate cake. Now, if you are not near David's Tea, they do deliver, and so if you can see inside of there, there's little chocolate sprinkles, and it tastes just like a cupcake. So it's really good. Now this is rooibos, which is a red tea. I bought some others while I was there too. I bought a cream caramel rooibos. I shouldn't say bought it. I got it in the mail. So this, if you can see, it's just a red tea. It's pretty good. I got Chocolate Rocket, which I don't know why it's called Chocolate Rocket. It actually has raspberries in it, and I love the combination of chocolate and raspberries. It's my all-time favorite. I don't actually like raspberries all on their own. They're all right. I'll eat them sometimes. They're kind of tart, but when they're paired with chocolate, they're really good. So if you look inside there, you should see some chunks of what are actually chicory and almonds. You can see inside there. Now this is pretty good. The hot chocolate, and again, it says hot chocolate, but it's not hot chocolate. It's still a tea. And when anything has chocolate and it's a tea, it usually means that there are little bits of chocolate in there. So I don't know if you can see this. Now this is a black tea, all right? See that? And these have little chocolate pieces inside of there. And this tastes pretty good. It does not taste exactly like hot chocolate. You could add a little milk and make it a latte, but again, you're kind of defeating the purpose of having the health benefits of tea. Now this is all loose leaf. Now, okay, how do you travel with your tea? You can buy some of these. If you can see this, it's tea sack. It is basically just a piece of paper, and it has a little opening there, and you can put the tea inside of there. And then you're gonna dip it into your cup like so and pour some water. Now you do have to hold on to this. There have been times where I've let go and it's fallen inside. Sometimes you get tea leaves in your water, so you don't want that. So make sure you hold on to it on the side of your bottle. See this? This is Argo Tea. It's a mug that I purchased from there. It is my all-time favorite tea shop and store in the whole world. Now, unlike David's Tea, Tea Geschwender, or I think Teavana is another place you can buy loose leaf tea, Argo Tea actually makes tea lattes for you. They are just like Starbucks, but they are all tea based, so you can get, I think my favorite is the mint chocolate, and they will make that for you with a red-based tea, a black-based, white tea, whatever you want. And they will put some extra squirts of vanilla or hazelnut, just like Starbucks. So they will also add espresso shots. It is to die for. Another way to drink tea is if you're at home, you can buy these little tea kettles. I really like these. This is cast iron, and the reason it's cast iron is because it's going to retain the heat, and it is also going to, it's not going to transfer a lot of taste from one tea to the other. So the important thing to do with your cast iron is not to wash it. And I know that sounds weird, but don't wash it with soap. You don't want any soapy residue. If you do, make sure to triple, quadruple, quintuple. I don't even know what 7 and 8 means, but just really, really rinse it. And just when you think you've rinsed it enough, rinse it again. Thanks for watching, and Please remember to subscribe to my channel below. On Mondays, I post fitness tips for writers. Wednesdays, I do product reviews. And Fridays, I give out tough love for the hopeless romantic. First thing I would recommendate, is that even a word? Recommendate. It's not actually easy to open. I'm never gonna open this bottle. I think my boyfriend closed it. He's way stronger. Okay. All right. So I want maybe some French fries, or that's not really healthy. And why would I say French fries? That's not what I want to say. Bottle that is not a bottle. That's heat. What else did I want to say? Do I just want to say something to you? Oh, I know. It's out there. That's not what I wanted to say. That is not at all what I want to say. Because the tea alternative would be coffee. In terms of